Hey everybody, welcome back to Flip City with Mr. Chris. I'm Mr. Chris. In this video, we're going to talk about the number one thing that people ask me when they find out that I resell on eBay. Do you actually make money selling used clothes on eBay? Let's find out. I don't know about other resellers, but every time I talk to somebody and they find out that I resell on eBay, the very first question I get is, can you actually make money selling clothes on eBay? The answer is yes. The amount of money you make, however, depends on a lot of things. And I'm going to try to make this video to show you what items to sell, what to pick up at the thrift stores, so that when people ask you that question, not only can you tell them yes, but you could tell them I make a ton of money and it's super easy and I only do it part-time. That's what I do. So let's get into my recent haul. I'll show you what I picked up at the thrift stores. Mostly I go to Goodwill bins, Salvation Army, half off on Wednesdays. And occasionally I'll just trickle into some other thrift stores to pick up a few random pieces and see what I can find. And also because I love thrifting. As I show you these items, I'm going to pop up in the corner real sold comps. That way you get a good idea of what you can actually make selling each item on eBay. Let's get into it. So the first one is bags. I consider myself the bag man. Bags are often overlooked, especially at the bins, but also at Salvation Army. Usually people just don't take the time to look out for bags, right? Other than the popular bags that you probably know of, like picking up a North Face backpack, Toomey. I've sold Toomey, great brand, obviously. But there's other brands you could be on the lookout for. So I'm going to give you a couple of those today. This is a brand called State. All right, this is kind of like it's like a waxed leather backpack. I took a look at it because of the quality. I picked it up for $5 at Salvation Army. It does have company logo, and sometimes you'll find company logos on bags. So like Cotopaxi bags, North Face, this State bag. Sometimes you'll find these company logos. It doesn't seem to hinder the sales. I'm sure you could get a little bit more money if you didn't have that on there, but I still make pretty good money. So I bought this bag for $5, and I'll pop up up there what I can make on eBay. So look for that brand, State, okay? Now this doesn't seem like a very big deal, right? It's a Coach fragrance bag. They give these out to you at the department stores when you buy they're like a gift set, right? You buy some Coach perfume or something and they'll give you this gift bag. Usually maybe it comes with some other things. Not a big deal, but these actually sell. Polo ones, Coach, certain brands. It's just a basic canvas duffel, but you should be able to get some decent money for that. So be on the lookout for those. All right, as I said, here's a North Face. Kind of hard to see the logo because it's like a shiny gray. Nothing crazy, but it's in great condition. These North Face backpacks sell really easy for me. You're not going to get rich selling North Face backpacks, but you're definitely going to make money. If you can pick them up at the bins for a couple bucks, or maybe you can get them, I would say pick them up for less than $10. You'll be doing good, making a good profit. So North Face backpacks, just make sure you're looking them over. No tears, no holes, just good condition. I only like to sell things in condition of something that I would like to buy. Does that make sense? All right, here's another one I just picked up. You might know this if you sell bags. It's called Timbuk2. Timbuk and the number 2. This one caught my eye because it had the tag on it still. Nothing crazy, it's just like a day bag, but it has a Google Cloud patch, which I thought might count against it, but as soon as I looked it up on eBay, I realized that I think some of these bags are selling for about $50. Again, I'll post all the sold comps up in the corner so you can see the actual prices, but I couldn't believe it. It's super thin, super lightweight. Remember, if you go to the bins, you're just paying by weight per pound, right? So maybe $2. So easy profit. Here's a little throwback vintage Nike bag, but these are pretty popular, these mesh bags. I've actually sold like off-brand mesh bags and made decent money. I think some schools and certain places, like when you travel or maybe if you go to like a concert, something like that, where they want to know what's inside your bag, these mesh bags are pretty popular. Again, this is a vintage Nike one, great condition. Because it's mesh, it weighs even less, so that was a great pickup. Okay, and the last bag I'm going to show you is this messenger bag. I just got to remember the name. Okay, be on the lookout for these. Super nondescript, doesn't really have a logo on the outside. When you open it up, it says Peak Design. I'm not kidding you when I tell you that I saw some of these bags sell for over $100 used. That's a bolo. Peak design messenger bag. It's a great condition. It's not too bad. If I actually had to travel to work or travel, I would use something like that. All right, let's hop into the haul. Where should we start? Let's start on this side. All right, speaking of nondescript, if you have any idea about athleisure brands, you'll know that a lot of them, like Viore and Lululemon, they love, for some reason, the clothes are very expensive, but they love to hide the logo. So I found this just plain looking gray t-shirt, and on the back right is the little tiny Viore tag. Super soft material. This is, I believe, like a large or an extra large. You should get good money for this. I'll pop it up in the corner. Maybe I paid less than $1 for that at the bins. So light. All right, this is so Nike's an interesting brand, right? Sometimes I pick it up, sometimes I don't. I try to stay away from anything basic. If it has a team logo on it and I can get it really cheap, I'll pick it up. This is like a golf windbreaker, short sleeve, dry fit, Arizona Cardinals. I believe it's Arizona Cardinals. Could be Louisville Cardinals. Anyway, Nike dry fit. It has a tiny little spot right there, but that's not too bad. Golf season's coming up, so that should be a good pickup. Another brand that I try to stay away from clothes, unless I just get it for like less than $1, would be the North Face. About 3.5 years ago when I started thrifting and reselling on eBay, North Face was a great brand, but it's fallen off. I did pick this shirt up though because it's like a summer fishing shirt, a vintage shirt, and it's a 2XL plaid. 2XL big sizes are good. Summertime fishing type material, lightweight, pretty good, so I scooped that up. All right, I have to do a little bit more research on this one, but I believe it's a Kanye West hoodie. It has an all-over print. It caught my eye because of the print everywhere, on the sleeves, on the back, on the front. It says it's a lonely place. My son was with me when I picked it up. He seemed pretty excited about it, so I'm going to take a look at that. Really good quality also. The only thing with these is you got to make sure they're not faked. So just double check, make sure they have the right tags. They're good to go. No stains, right? All right, let's hop back into Nike. Again, don't pick up basic Nike items, but this Salute to Service line has always done really well for me. When football season picks up again, this is going to be great. Obviously, I live in the Tampa area, so this is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is a good size, medium, not the greatest size. They're kind of oversized fit. That should be a decent sell. All right, again, with the nondescript athleisure brands, Lululemon. Some people still easily pass these up. I actually found this at Salvation Army on half off day. There was other thrifters there, but for some reason they just didn't notice this. It's not my favorite color. It's like an army green. It's a size medium, but always look on the lower left side. You'll find the Lululemon logo embossed on the bottom. Great pickup. Those sell $25 at least all day. Good sizes, better colors, get more money. Another brand I don't usually pick up unless it's very cheap is Gymshark. I used to do much better with Gymshark. However, I just don't seem to have the best luck with it. But if I could pick up a hoodie for under $1, I'm going to do that. Gymshark logo right here, size medium, black. Has a lot of good going on for it. I should be able to get $20. So here's my goal. Always, like I tell you guys, I want to pay the least amount of money possible and get the maximum profit. Sometimes that's only going to be $15. Sometimes it'll be $50. But I try to stay away from like 10 or less, right? I know a lot of people sell volume and any profit they can get is good. But because I do it part-time, I don't really have the time to be buying everything I can, trying to squeeze the last penny out of it. So I'm going for the bang for the buck. Pay low, get a decent profit, sell it quick also, right? I want to sell everything I get in a month. If I don't sell it in 30 days, I start my markdowns. I don't want to have stock sitting around. Also, if I don't sell it in 30 days, maybe 45 days. If it takes longer than that, it probably wasn't the best pickup. So just got to mark it down, get that money back, reinvest it in something that I know will sell quicker. So this is unique, right? Wu-Tang Clan branded. It was a 2014 World Cup like collab they did. It's all the flags of the countries that participated in the World Cup with a little Wu-Tang flair on it. They got their own mix. No idea. I only saw one like this that was sold, and it was in black and white. Just listed it yesterday. I already got a couple offers. I'm hoping to get, because I don't know, no other solds, maybe $30. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on that. This is kind of random, out of my wheelhouse, but if you know anything about me, I'm from California. I'm a big Lakers fan. This is a Kobe Bryant all over print. It's like kind of like a dry fit material. It's like an XL or 2XL. I don't know. To be determined if I should have scooped it up. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Would you have bought it to resell? Would you buy it? Would you wear this? Not really my style. I'm more of a basic guy, right? Oh yeah, real quick. Speaking of my style, I love to wear different hats. And so I wanted to kind of, in each video, just point out my new hat. This is a Gurin Brothers, has a pigeon, it says homie. I got it because I love birds and I love hats. So, perfect match. All right. Now here's a brand you've heard of. And there's a lot of variables to picking up Robert Graham, right? Used to be any Robert Graham, scoop it up. You're going to make money. Not so much anymore. About 2 years ago, I found a Robert Graham shirt, and all across the bottom, I'll have to put the picture up there in the corner. It had like snowmen, flamingos. I can't remember the name of the movie that they were in, but anyway, I picked that up and sold for over $100. This is a crazy pattern, and it's a size large. So usually the wilder and crazier, uglier the patterns. I think ugly, not really my style, but more attention grabbing, we'll say that instead of ugly, the better, right? So I'm aiming to get about $60, $70 for this. Let me know if you have any luck with Robert Graham. The one thing I did find, it's a little bit hard to find sold comps on exact matches. So I just looked for Paisley, which this has all over. It has a lot going on, but. All right, I've told you guys in my past videos, I find a lot of military stuff at the bins. This is a fire-resistant United States Marine Corps shirt. It's called Frog. I don't really know what that means. It's a large long, so I think it's a pretty decent size. And it's this kind of like desert digi camo sand color. Quarter zip. I don't know. I think I might be able to get at least $20 for that. Okay, so as I've said before, I'm trying to get more into the women's clothes. I don't know that much about women's clothes. I mean, I have a wife and 3 daughters, but for some reason, I'm not, for the reselling aspect, I'm not really sure about what's great, what sells, what doesn't. This looked unique enough to me, and it was a good brand, Brooks Brothers. It's still spring, right? So in Florida, it's not cold, but other places it might be nice and cold. It's this thick cable knit, high neck, and it has really big buttons, Brooks Brothers sweater. It's a size large for a women's. It seems a little small to me, but anyway, what do you think? Would you have picked it up? I'm hoping to get $30, $40. We'll see what happens. Okay, another Gymshark item. This is just a basic workout shirt, size large. It's kind of like this purpley gray with this crazy digital camo. Not going to make a ton of money, maybe $15, right? Gymshark logo on the back, but so light. You have to remember, if you're buying things at the bins, which I do, it's all about weight. How much does it weigh? What can I get for it? If I'm going to pay 50 cents and make $15, easy profit. Okay, here's a brand, Vineyard Vines. They used to be very popular, not so much anymore, but they do have 1 or 2 of their lines that sell for good money, and this is one of them. This is the On The Go polo. It's like a Nike Fit material. It's the wicking, dry wicking, so I figured perfect. Golf season's coming up. If you're in Florida, don't wear cotton, right? Everything should be dry fit or you're just going to be soaked. So scoop this up. We'll see how it does. It's a good color, a good size medium. I know larges are better, but I do fine with mediums. We'll see how this one goes, but I'm not sure if you can tell it's striped. It's kind of like a bluish green. So yeah, again, Vineyard Vines on the go. Take a look for that line of clothes. All right, soccer season's coming around the corner. You know I love soccer. You know the U.S. is my favorite team, national team. So this was a line they had a couple years ago, I think maybe last year. It just said States on it. Nothing crazy. Nike, the Nike Tee Basic, royal blue, U.S. soccer t-shirt, long sleeve, size XL. That's a good size, right? Will I make a huge profit? No, but at least 15 bucks. All right, so this is a perfect example of only picking up something because it's cheap and the timing. Baseball season's just getting started. Pittsburgh Pirates Nike t-shirt, lightweight, the Nike tee, size L. Probably paid 50 cents, so light, maybe 4 ounces, 8 ounces, right? Maybe $12, but I just couldn't pass it up because I know it's going to sell quick. Baseball season starting, it's going to sell right away. Okay, vintage is not really my wheelhouse, but vintage Nike, University of North Carolina, if you grew up in the 90s like I did, North Carolina was it, right? If you like Michael Jordan, North Carolina. Any of the guys. I mean, North Carolina was a huge basketball powerhouse. So this is like a basketball warm-up shirt. You could tell it's 90s too, right? Even though it's a size XL. The sleeves are so long. It's very boxy and wide. But Carolina across the back, it's the Carolina blue. Very unique 90s piece right there. 4th of July is coming up, right? Summer's just kicking off. How about a Nike Racerback is what this kind of tank top is called for women. Red Nike with stripes all over it. I mean, not stripes, stars. Come on, Chris. Stars. And will it sell for a ton? Probably not, but it will sell quick. 4th of July, summertime's coming up. Perfect timing. Very cheap. Weighs literally nothing. All right, this was very exciting for me. Seems basic, but let me explain why. I love finding Ralph Lauren items at the thrift store. They have a lot of really high-end brands, different lines of Ralph Lauren like Double RL, that type of stuff. This is one I've never found until this time. I found it at City Thrift in Tampa. Ralph Lauren purple label polo shirt. And believe it or not, I only paid $3. Now, the sold comps were all over the place, so I'll try to put a couple different ones up to give you a range. But I think the lowest I saw was $40, all the way up to $75. I think it probably depends on the size and the color. This is a large red. If you know anything about polo, though, it fits a little small, so that probably fits more like a medium. But finally, check it off the bucket list, purple label. Let's go. Okay, another Ralph Lauren item. I've told you guys in the past, and if you watch any other videos of different thrifters, you'll know. And if you do thrifting and reselling, you definitely know. These Ralph Lauren rugby style polo shirts with the big patches, the numbers, right? The bigger, the crazier, the better. This is a home run all around. It's in great condition. It's a good color, XL, and it has this like kind of like a family type crest, lion crest. Has these double V green, and it's double-sided with the big number 8, and it's not stained or anything. It looks great. So yeah, hopefully $40 or so for that. These are great. I love picking those up. Here's more of a basic Ralph Lauren. It's vintage. Get to know the tags, right? Polo by Ralph Lauren is old. This type of Ralph Lauren tag right here is pretty old. I only like to pick up the basic dress shirts if they're an Oxford, which is the collar button down, and some kind of colorful design and pattern. If it was just a basic dress shirt, I probably wouldn't pick it up. Also, again, I go to the bins. You're starting to see a theme, right? You get it for cheap enough, you can mark it down and undercut other people and sell it quickly. So I don't have to squeeze every penny out of it when I'm paying little to nothing for it, okay? All right, here we go. Vintage U.S. Army. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but all the research I've done says this is from like the 60s or 70s. This, you could tell, is like this brass zipper. Here's the tag. These are military issue U.S. Army. It's like an overcoat. It's very heavy. It's got a liner, And unbelievably, for how old it is, it's in great condition. Right? This is before they went to camo. They just had this like pea green color. I'm sure it has a name. It's kind of like Vietnam era. So $65 at least. I've seen a bunch of these, and I have sold one in the past. The one I sold in the past was newer than that one. So, all right, here we go. Shout out to K-Way. I think it's K-Way Thrift. Anyway, he's in my area, and he went to City Thrift, which is a local thrift store. And I watched one of his videos, and he hit a huge lot of Patagonia, but he might have missed one. This is like a fuzzy chinchilla. It's pretty cool, good size, women's small. I don't know what you would call that color. Coral, salmon, pink, I don't know. You let me know. Okay, guys, getting close to wrapping it up. I don't usually pick up these bicycling shirts. My son's friend Colin tossed this to me. He blessed me up. He said he looked it up and it sold pretty good. This is for the Specialized, which I know for sure is a bicycle company, Cactus Cup. Mountain Dew. The brand is Aussie. I don't know. Sometimes I like to test stuff out. It had good sold comps, so I figured why not scoop it up for super cheap and see what I can do with it. All right, let's get into the pants real quick. Lululemon pants. Again, hard to see the logo. There's going to be a little tag right on the hip. It's usually one color. This is has the Lululemon logo. These, I'm not going to lie, if these were my size, I would have kept them, right? But they're a size 28. A little bit small, but no matter what, Lululemon pants sell great, even used. So keep an eye out, guys. The tags are hard to find, but you can tell by the material. Also, they have a black button in the front or a silver button, and they're very basic. And sometimes the logo will be on the zipper on the side too. You'll see it. All right, what do we got here? Some tactical pants I found. Outdoor Tactic. I don't know. Would you have picked them up? I've sold tactical gear, 511 pants, all that type of stuff sells really well for me. In fact, 2 years ago, I actually sold a pair overseas, I think to Ukraine, which, wow, that was kind of crazy. But anyway, so let me know in the comments, do you guys pick up tactical gear? I'm hoping to get about $20 for those. We'll see how that goes. Okay. This might seem like a weird pickup, but I guarantee you it sells quick for about $15. If it's a good size, good pattern, good color, and good condition, Polo Ralph Lauren sleep pants. The all over print pony, right? Large. It's like a navy blue with a light blue color. Guys, I'm telling you, they don't weigh anything. They're super light. You're barely going to pay anything for them. That's it. $15 right there. But if you want something a little nicer, Polo Ralph Lauren, and guaranteed to sell, this is your pair of sweatpants right here. Very heavyweight, thick, has the drawstring right there, the Polo logo right below the pocket, has a back pocket, some side pockets, but also be on the lookout for the bottom. Drawstring right there, you see? Yeah, these sell for like $25, maybe more. I'll try not to guess. I'll just put the sold comps up, but just giving you an idea. All right. Here's an athleisure brand, kind of like a fitness brand, similar to somewhere in between Lululemon and Gymshark. Right? No Bull. It's hard to tell. It's got a reflective No Bull logo right there. No Bull sweatpants. They're like gray joggers. Men's XL. Right? These were in amazing condition. I wash everything I get just because, unless it's brand new with tags. But I'm telling you right now, these had like the fold lines from still being brand new. Like someone just took the tag off, never wore them. So, okay, I'm always on the lookout for new brands, and this is definitely a new brand for me. Have you guys heard of this brand before? Path Project. It's very similar to like a Lululemon or Viore type pant. Again, look at this. You can see I haven't washed these yet. They have their lines. I'm not sure if you can tell. The fold lines are in these ones as well. They might have come from the same person, to be honest. These are amazing. I picked them up for $3 at a thrift store, and I think Path Projects is a new bolo for me. And one of my next videos, I'm gonna start to do like a what sold, and so you could see if I was right about some of these bolos that I picked up. All right, so going against my own advice, there is always an exception, right? Nothing is 100% do this or don't do that. Plain Nike track pants, gray, size large, nothing really fancy going on, right? Except they have the tag. I mean, if you could pick up Nike with the tag, you're gonna sell it so quick, and you don't have to worry about the condition. I mean, obviously always double check, but that's the one exception to my rule about picking up Nike stuff, besides it being basic or not having a crazy logo or a team logo. It's pretty cool because it has the tag, right? New with tag Nike stuff, definitely scoop it up. Okay, this was also in my lot of stuff that I picked up at the bins. Needed some quick sell. This should do good for the summer. It's a very lightweight pair, size large, men's, black, Gymshark shorts. 15 bucks maybe. Great condition. All right, and last but not least, you know I love hats, right? This hat I bought at the store. I didn't thrift. But these two hats I thrifted. They're in great condition. I just hate to see hats just go to the dumpster, right? Go to the dump. These still have great life left in them. Both of them are New Era flat bill snapback hats. This is a Charlotte Hornets New Era 950. It's the Hardwood Classics line. Nothing crazy, 12, 15 bucks, but for 50 cents, yes. And again, I'm in Tampa. Here's a Bucks hat, big logo, red snapback. Again, probably both of these, maybe $15, but hats, they weigh little to nothing also, so you pay like 50 cents for those, right? And last but not least, I wanted to tell everybody, thank you so much for helping the channel reach 100 subscribers. I'm really appreciative of that. For about a year and a half, I wanted to start the videos and I wanted to start my channel, but I just didn't have the nerve. And the YouTube algorithm probably knew that because it started suggesting me videos about why you should start a YouTube channel. Go ahead and do it. So you know what? I said, that's a sign. I'm going to do it. And 2 months later, here I am, 100 subscribers. It's not a world beater number, but you got to start somewhere, right? So thank you very much for liking, watching, subscribing, any comments you have. I hope you guys get something useful out of the videos. I really enjoy doing them, and I look forward to watching the channel grow. So next goal, 500 subscribers. Let's get monetized. Thank you, everybody. Happy thrifting. I'll see you in the next video.